Well, I've arrived in Tel Aviv, Israel, a couple of hours ago, and to be honest, I didn't really know what to expect. Got off the plane and went straight to the Perez Peace Centre and learned about the inspiring work they're doing there and how they're bringing Israel people and Palestinians together through all different types of mediums. And the one that I'm going to be connecting with is through sport and through footy, working with the Peace Team, which is a team that's participated in the International Cup, which is made up of half Israeli players and half Palestinian players.
Very important in Australian rules not to always take the ball in your chest, to try to get in a good habit of taking the ball in your hand.
بحكي لك بده يوزعها كل 4 مجموعات، في مجموعة بدها تكون تشوت معها. محمد
Introducing the project coordinator on the Israeli side of the AFL Peace Team 2.
One of the best things that we can do is have very meaningful dialogue, really in an in-depth way, and trying to change one another. We have a lot of logistic issues, especially when it's a project involving Palestinians that have to get permits to come to Israel and pass through checkpoints each time.
Think about if you had to travel 3 hours to training for football, and I'm sure there are some guys out there that have to, but then throw on top of that going through checkpoints where at times you might be searched and you might be questioned on why you might be crossing the border, and then the feeling of anxiousness, you don't know what's around the corner, to come and then train, and that shows absolute commitment, and that's what these Palestinian players are doing at the moment. So here at Mount Scopus is the point where pilgrims come each year and look out over the old city. And I guess myself, I'm on a pilgrimage, which is a little bit different, not a religious pilgrimage, but a footy pilgrimage, and going around the world sharing our great game and really connecting with people and their spirit. And standing in front of the remains of King David's palace. Now these remains are 3,000 years old. Where I'm standing now is the remains of the Jerusalem temple, which is over 2,000 years old. Traditionally it was called the Wailing Wall. This memorial holds significance because it was during the Palestine campaign of 1914 to 1918 that both Australian and New Zealand young men were involved in. I got really sad before. I was talking to Eli about his son and his coming involvement as a soldier, and I guess being a dad myself, it hits at my heart. We're in the Muslim quarter at Abu Shakri, his cafe restaurant, and I'm told this is the best hummus in Jerusalem, and I cannot question that.
But today's our real test. Today's our real test to see exactly what do we have in here, in our heart, what do we have in here, in our courage. Doesn't matter about what we've been through separately, but what we're prepared to do right now on the field together. Starting from the back.
They offered me 3 weeks yesterday. I know. Oh, good hip.
And we started to build that trust we were talking about, and the care factor, which is so important.
We'd just like to thank the Australian Ambassador, Andrew Faulkner, for joining us here today.
Today is really great. This is a really good quality game, and I'm enjoying every minute of it.
I'm loving being here, loving being in your country. I spent yesterday in Jerusalem, and now I feel like I have a greater understanding and an even more emotional connection to how inspiring this team is.
And I really, really hope that it's going to have continuity afterwards, also between the Palestinians and the Israelis. I love a lot of things about the game that I aspire to, that I don't feel like necessarily that I have, like the courage that you need on the field to step into battles for the ball, the speed, the fitness, the camaraderie that you can find on a football team and also in the crowd. Like you told us 2 days ago, it teaches you a lot about life as well. The other side has listened each time, whether it was the Palestinians talking about their suffering, whether it was us talking about our fears. The other side has listened, and that's a good stepping stone towards talking about solutions to the problem. And if it was all just one big footy field, everything would be okay, we know that.
I personally, this is the best sport in the world, without a doubt.
It's all the time challenging you, testing you to be brave, to be energetic, to give more. That's all the time you have to and when you really overcome your fears and you go for it, it's really rewarding.
I was supposed to go in the army actually a month ago, the paratroopers unit, but I got permission from the army, special permission to delay my service, and in order to participate in the peace team. The story that all my friends are now they're all in the army, and my friends are they're patrolling in Hebron, where these guys come from, and the fact that I'm spending time with them and I'm friends with them, and they're like, a lot of people have no idea, like, why the hell would you do such a thing? It's really special, and the fact that when I finish this peace team experience, I'll be going into the army. I'll have a whole new point of view to share with all the soldiers who are single-minded. They don't understand what's happening.
I think every person in the world, on the political map, he goes right with his heart, because especially here in the Middle East, you're protecting your homeland. So I was on the right side, and seeing these people, meeting these people, this whole amazing experience gives me a connection with these guys and opens my mind up to other things. And then you sort of question where you are on the political map, which is something that everyone deals with every day. And so when I come and I talk to my friends who are fighters in the army or whatever, and I tell them, listen, it's not white and black, there's so much in the middle, and these guys are amazing.
It's really amazing to be able to see just how much these guys don't care about what's going on in the rest of the country, and how much they're willing to be able to protect each other, and they're starting to come together as real teammates. Well, there are things that are confronting, you know, where we get into the dialogues and we get into issues of why we feel the way we feel, and then it goes into very personal stories about guys that have had experiences. And when it comes to the surface, then people get very defensive and get very argumentative. But at the end of the day, we understand that those dialogues are there for a purpose, to be able to have dialogue.
But what was interesting to me is when you hear it from them, what happens to them, and you really you wake up and it's not in the newspaper anymore, it's a person.
Sometimes you need to drop all your preconceived ideas, perceptions. And what they're doing is such an inspiring, amazingly inspiring story. And I'm just so proud to be involved with it.